Pooh's special party, celebrating a heroic bear. One bright spring day, when the sun had returned to the 100-acre wood, it brought with it the sweet scent of blooming flowers and the joyful sound of streams tinkling through the forest. The little pools glistened as they dreamed of their adventures, and the cuckoo bird was testing its voice to see if it sounded just right. Meanwhile, wood pigeons lazily cooed, softly grumbling to themselves that nothing much really mattered. On such a peaceful day, Christopher Robin decided it was the perfect time for something wonderful. Standing in the middle of the wood, Christopher Robin whistled in his special way. Owl, perched high up in the trees, heard the call and swooped down to meet him. "Owl," said Christopher Robin with excitement, "I'm going to throw a party." "A party, you say?" Owl asked, trying to sound as wise as possible. "Yes. A very special party to celebrate Pooh and what he did when he saved Piglet during the flood," Christopher Robin explained. I see," Owl replied. "A party for Pooh. How grand! So, could you tell Pooh and all the others?" "It'll be tomorrow," said Christopher Robin. "I certainly can," Owl said, and after thinking hard about something clever to say, but not coming up with anything, he flew off into the forest. The first animal Owl met was, of course, Winnie-the-Pooh. "Pooh," Owl announced importantly, "Christopher Robin is giving a party." "A party?" "Oh," Pooh said, his eyes lighting up with delight. Then, after a moment, he asked, "Will there be those little cakes with pink sugar icing?" Owl, feeling it was beneath him to talk about cakes, cleared his throat. Christopher Robin said it's a special party to celebrate what you did for Piglet in the flood. As Owl flapped away, Pooh stood still, thinking to himself, "A party for me? How wonderful!" But as Pooh thought more and more about it, he began to worry. "Will everyone know it's my party?" he wondered. "What if they forget what I did?" His thoughts twisted and turned until he got himself all confused. The more he thought about it, the more muddled the idea of the party became in his head, until it turned into a little song. It was an anxious Pooh song that went like this. 3 cheers for Pooh. For Pooh, I thought you knew. He saved his friend from a wedding. 3 cheers for Bear. For Bear, he couldn't swim, but he rescued him. Oh, listen, do. I am talking of Pooh, of Pooh. Well, Pooh was a bear of enormous brain, Well, he ate a lot, and I don't know if he could swim or not, but he managed to float on a sort of boat, well, a sort of pot. So now, let's give him 3 hearty cheers and hope he'll be with us for years and years. 3 cheers for Pooh. For Pooh. 3 cheers for the wonderful Winnie-the-Pooh. While Pooh's song echoed in his mind, Owl was off delivering the message to Eeyore. "Eeyore," Owl said, landing beside the gloomy donkey, "Christopher Robin is giving a party." "A party," said Eeyore with his usual slow drawl. "I suppose they'll send me the leftovers. Tread-on sandwiches." Very thoughtful. "No, no, Owl corrected. It's a party for you too." Christopher Robin invited everyone. "Well, if it's for everyone," Eeyore sighed, "I suppose I'll come. But don't blame me if it rains." The next day dawned bright and sunny. Perfect weather for a party. Christopher Robin had set up a long table in the middle of the wood. On one side sat Owl, Eeyore, and Piglet, and on the other side were Rabbit, Roo, and KANGA. All of Rabbit's friends and relations spread themselves out on the grass, eagerly waiting to be part of the fun. This was Roo's first party, and he was very excited. He squeaked a cheerful "Hello, Pooh," as soon as they sat down. "Hello, Roo," Pooh replied warmly. Roo bounced in his seat, calling out, "Hello, Piglet."
"Hallo, Eeyore."
Piglet waved, and Eeyore gave a gloomy nod. "It'll rain soon, you'll see," he muttered. But Roo wasn't listening. He was too busy talking to everyone and bouncing up and down in excitement. KANGA reminded him to drink his milk first, but Roo tried to do both at once, resulting in a lot of hiccups and a very wet face. As everyone finished eating, Christopher Robin stood up and banged on the table with his spoon. The whole group went silent, except for Roo, who was still hiccuping. "This party," Christopher Robin began, "is a party for someone very special because of something wonderful they did." Everyone leaned in, eager to hear. "And I have a present for them." Christopher Robin searched under the table, and after a few moments he called out, Pass it down to Pooh. It's for him. For Pooh. Eeyore said, looking surprised. Well, I might have known. Pooh gets the present. The rest of us just get. Well, we get to be here. But nobody was listening to Eeyore. They were all too busy watching Pooh open his present. Inside was a special pencil case with pencils marked B for Bear, HB for Helping Bear, and BB for Brave Bear. There were colored pencils for writing important things, a ruler for drawing lines, and even a knife for sharpening the pencils. Pooh was so delighted, he almost dropped the case. Thank you, Pooh said with a big smile, feeling very special indeed. Later that evening, as the sun was setting, Pooh and Piglet walked home together. They didn't say much at first, enjoying the quiet of the golden evening. Finally, Piglet broke the silence. Pooh, when you wake up in the morning, what's the first thing you say to yourself? What's for breakfast? Pooh replied happily. What do you say, Piglet? I say, I wonder what exciting thing will happen today. Piglet said thoughtfully. Pooh nodded. It's the same thing, he said. And together, they continued their walk home, thinking about the wonderful day they had just had and wondering what adventures tomorrow might bring.